Hello, good afternoon, one and all. I hope am I audible to everyone. Guys, there is an important notice to you. There is a assessment and attendance is a mandatory for you getting your certification. There is a 60% attendance with assessment is a mandatory. So make sure you have to fill your Google form, that means the feedback form and assessment form also. Okay, and the link will share you within a 1 hour interval. If you not able to join with Google Meet, you can also join on YouTube Live. And in YouTube Live also there is a assessment link will be valid till 5 p.m. Okay, before 5 p.m. you have to fill assessment link and attendance link. Both form you have to fill. Okay, and then session will start within a 2 minutes. So wait, and the session will start within 2 minutes. Okay, thank you guys.
Hello everyone, am I audible? Thank you so much. I request everyone for any doubt, for any doubt or for any query, you can just put your comment in the comment box. And for those who are going to join on YouTube, can comment on them, and your chatbotter person will help you out for that. So we'll start with the session as I have to complete much more of practical part of today's session. So it's very impactful for us to join this session. So I hope everybody join this session and subscribe to your YouTube channel as well. So I'm sharing my screen. Already have shared it. Okay. So we'll start today. The topic what I'm going to cover is about the agenda. What I'm going to cover. Okay. Is am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible? Thank you so much, sir. Okay. So today I'll be covering the topic related to Azure storage, Azure database, Azure logic apps. So this is the agenda for today. Azure storage services. So these are the services which is offered by Azure, Microsoft Azure. Then I will also have some database services like Postgres, Cosmos, SQL database services offered by Azure Technology. Then we'll see what is Azure Logic Apps. When I say Logic Apps, it is basically you are creating a logic of workflow. So this is how we'll see by the help of demonstration of labs. So we'll also see the labs on Azure storage account, Azure SQL database, and Azure Logic Apps. So we need to understand what is Azure storage. So before this, we need to understand what the data is and what type of data we can have. We do understand the data is of three types: structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. So we understand structured is something that the schema is defined, we are able to understand, we are more accurate with data, with the data is in the tabular form, right? And the schema is very much particular and well defined. But when in case of semi-structure, again the data is in form of tabular format, but each record, you can say that each row has its own schema. It has its own value. It has its own potential of it representing the no data. And unstructured is basically you're talking about that is the kind of that has no limitations of its size. It can be like images, it can be like videos, any excel files, or any sort of data which isn't which is not perfectly kind of a document, you can say. So now here it is, we can say this Azure it is a kind of a service. It is providing you the services of storage where you can store the files, messages, tables, and any types of informations that you with respect to the kind of services it is providing. So we understand Azure storage as a part of storing services. Now we'll see definitely what all storage benefits it is providing. It's when I'm talking about durable, secure, scalable, and managed accessible. Now here, Azure Storage Services is offering you the benefits for the developers and the IT professionals. When I say durable and highly available, if I'm talking about, it is that your data is safe even in the case of hardware failures. Your data is now we need to understand the in the previous session I've discussed about regions. So for example, if your data is onto one of the region and it is highly available and it is replicated in two or more regions, so if any changes you're doing onto one of the regions, onto data you're manipulating with the data in one of the regions, is it is automatically getting replicated into or manipulated in other region as well. So you can say that to replicate data across data centers or any geographical regions, we are providing an additional protection from any natural disasters. Then I'm talking about security. Yes, all the data which is written onto the Azure storage account is encrypted. It is in the encrypted format. It is the services which is provided. and it provides you the fine grain control over the access to of your data. It means that you will gain a control of your data at the lowest level, and also a highly available, the highly availability is maintained accordingly. Now, when I'm saying scalable, here I'm actually talking about the performance that each and every application is a needs of today's. Right, here, the Azure storage is designed basically to meet the data storage and performance of today's applications. So scalability comes when the depending on the needs and depending on the applications, how it is going to manage that particular applications and at that period of time. And yes, managing is like updating the hardware, it's like updating the it's again a control of maintenance, again working on the critical issues which is there, which is related to the hardware or which is related to the applications. So this is all a kind of a benefits provided by the Azure storage services. Now, it also offers you the storage for virtual machines, for structured data and unstructured data, and this can be implemented at premium and standard level. So if you wanted to go for implementing the services of storage, we have to use the tier of premium and standard. Okay, this is a type of a storage. You can see the containers, tables, queues, and files. Basically, when I'm talking about containers, we are actually talking about blob storage. So here, the blob storage, we need to understand what is first blobs. Blob stands for, here blob stands for binary large objects. So when I'm saying binary large objects, we can see in the diagram itself. I'll just zoom it little. Um, we can just zoom it. So it contains images, documents, videos, and audios, and this is all contains into blobs, right? So this is something where you can understand that you are. We can understand how it is. Like each of these are blobs, and these are all into one of the containers. So we can have n number of containers into the blob storage account. So I can understand this one. For example, there is image one. I need to show it like this way, so it's for understanding. um I'll show you, because it's very important to understand this concept, because we the people generally, they do have a misconception of blob and file storage is a little same. So we can have b1 blob 1. I'll just just so you can have blob 1, blob 2, blob 3. So this can be any image, this can be any, for example, this can be any image, this can be any audio file, or this can be any video file. So all this is under a kind of so we are forming this into one of the containers. So I can just simply uh, put this into tabular format, so that just yeah, shape, I'll just get in the shape, so that I'll just put this into one, and I'll just have this one shape. Just hold on. Yeah, so I can have this into, and now here, this is a container, and I can have all these blobs. I can have all these blobs into this container, and this becomes your blob storage. So basically understand what is blob storage. So this is my container. So container here is providing you the services of holding of the blobs. These blobs are nothing but your images, documents, videos, and audios. And then this is forming a blob storage. Now here we need to understand what is table, Azure table storage. Now here, the basically when I'm talking about tables, we're actually talking about the structured data, and we're eventually talking about the semi-structured data as well. Now, here, why am I talking about structured and semi-structured as well? Because we are talking about structured and non-relational data. Here, we can have the schema to be like in structured, there is a defined schema that it holds a perfect and standard format that can be easily readable. But there can be scenarios in non-SQL, or you can say no SQL databases, like we've got a Cosmos database, which is a non-relational database as well. It is a semi-structured which handles the semi-structured data. So basically, here I'm talking about both structured and semi-structured data. So here, the structured data basically can have kind of tabular structure with the data which has to be stored in the form of tabular format. So this is where I'm talking about the table storage. And queue is basically there can line up of a lot of process or applications where I need to have this queues to be implemented, so I cannot wait for that application each that process. So what I'll do is in queue I'll be definitely doing one thing. I'll just show you on screen like this. For example, I can have um, I'll just put this shape up so that for example, I'm having one more queue like this. Now I need to understand this. For example, there is one of Q1. This is one of the process Q2 and Q3. So what I'm doing is taking this. Uh, I'm just taking the square again. And what am I going to do is I'll put all these queues inside this. Sorry, I'll just it's very difficult to maintain all this. Fine, whatever's like, I'll be putting. Yeah, hello. I'll be putting this into this. So, for example, if this is the Q1 which has to get processed one time, then this is the second process, this is the third process. So, I'm lining up my this into the terms of output. So, this storage, this Q storage will do what? It will not line, it will automatically line up all this process of applications, and it will conduct it automatically. So, it is like you are lining up those processes which are in the queue, the messages which are in the queue. So it is going to automatically generate your output for it. So now we are talking about files and directory, files actually. What files are actually. See, here we can understand your exe files and text files. But here we need to understand, here we all can have directories. So here the containers are actually files. Can you see? We can have directories, we can have any text files, we can have any directories, we can have any folders. But here, when they are grouped together, they becomes your file storage. So this is basically a kind of all storage services which is provided by the Azure according to the kind of applications you're using, according to the kind of the demand of your business, and so on. So this is basically your one of the we can see the symbol of resource group. So we can have actually a single resource group which can entirely fit we can entirely fit this whole storage process into one single resource group according to the need of the applications. So the next is I'll be going to, so I'll be showing the demo of this for a better understanding. But right now we need to understand that Azure storage tires. Now, what is Azure storage tires? It's a very important one to understand what is it actually. Um, so basically, if you go, I'll just provide you with this PPT as well. So hot, cool, and archive. It is a mechanism that you can understand how you have to access your data and what how the your her application is built, like the demand for how you wanted to access your data very frequently. If you want to go to access for your data, you can have your hot tires, and if you want to access the data as one in a month or less for 30 days, you can have this tire as well, cool one. And the archive is basically you don't have to, it's what is actually I'm talking about. I'm talking about the availability of the data and the low durability. So here I'm talking about actually, if within the hot, if I'm talking about, you are accessing your data frequently and it is highly available. So it's a highly frequently accessible and highly available. When in cool, it's not you are accessing frequently, but in month wise you're accessing it and you are having, your this frequent their access within months or within 2 3 months or kind of this. So this is like it is highly available but you are not accessing it frequently, right? Now in archive, again, if I'm talking about an archive, you can simply type this and you can to the portal once again so that you can little bit uh, get familiar with the portal again. So this is the portal. Today we'll see how to create a storage account. So we can see it is visible to all if I'm not wrong. And yeah, so we can see this portal. You can see the storage account. So today we'll see the labs on story how to create a storage account, and you can see there's a description of how to create it. You can create it up to 500 terabytes of data in the cloud. So depending upon the applications and your business needs again. So how to create a storage account in Azure. So you can simply type this and you can get just you can get the lab of it. So I'll just share it in the comment box. For those who want to go for this, they can try it out. So yeah, so this is a lab. It is showing you how to create. So these are the this is a basically a plans will be which will be uh, you know explained, well explained by the next speaker. Yeah, this is how to do the creation of storage. So we'll do this creation. So I'll be sharing the link of it in the portal in the comment box so that all can just understand how to create it. Okay, so this is what you can join. Now we will just start with the practical part. So how to create a storage account is first I'll just go and click on storage account. Even if it's not visible, I can go just here from here also. I can see the storage account. I can see the storage account here as well. So I don't, if I'm not able to view that, I just can type there and I can see this. Now here I'll just create it. either by this, or either I'll go like here from create a storage account. So now this is, I'm going to configure how to what sort of storage account I have to create. So here I'll just try to have upload of one image, a try of one image. So I'll be first checking out if I have any resource group. No, I don't have any resource group. So everything, whatever you make, any resources or zero resources you're making, it has to be in one of the resource group. You can see the subscription. This is my subscription pass, and the resource group which I'm going to create now. So I'm going to create an FDP. So I'll create this. So yeah, it's available. Okay. Now you'll be just questioning me, ma'am, that before I have created this, so why it is showing it should be there, but I have created it and I have deleted it yesterday itself, so it's not there. So now I'll be creating the storage account. So the name of the storage account will be, like, I'll create my storage NF, or like my storage NFDP. Oh, it's available. Okay, the fields. Can you see the fields can contain only lowercase? I'll just zoom little. Can you see? So this is all sort of things you will get to, it will help you out with. So I'll have to mention everything in lowercase. So I'll just mention my storage NFDP. So now it's taking this, my storage NFDP. This is my storage account number. Now here I am going to have a region. So this is the region where I want to deploy this storage account, where I have to create this storage account onto whichever, yeah, I have to create, whichever regions I have to create. So basically I'll be creating this onto S2S itself. I don't want to, just, go to any other this. So I'll be just taking the same approach. Yeah, here I'm just going to make it available locally, because I just wanted to little get into the lower cost, that is low LRS, that is large locally redundant storage. So here I'll go to next, and then I'll be seeing. Now here I have to see allow enable anonymous access to individual containers. What if I don't create it? What if I don't go for this click event? What will happen? We'll see this impact also. So right now I'm just clicking it up, because we don't want to go for again the creation of the same thing. So I'm just creating, but I'll surely be telling you the impact of this. This is something you are allowing your containers access to everyone. So whatever you are going to upload it will be access to everyone. Okay. So I'll go down. You'll see, and there's nothing else. You just, yeah, I have selected the hot one. I can go for cool, but here I'm going to just upload, and there's nothing in big deal. So you can have it rest. It's just okay. It's just okay for it. Now enable public access from all the networks. Yes, I wanted to have in public access from all the networks, and then I'll be go for data protections. And this is nothing but you just can have point and store for containers. You can define a timing, but how many times you can want to store for more than one containers to an early state. So you can go with this. Next, we don't want it to go for this is all done. See, we can see blobs and files only, so we don't have to, because I'm just going to have blobs and files. I'm just going to have an image, and blobs are very much enough and do. So I don't have to go. If I would have been uploading tables or some queue messages and all, then I would have selected all service type. So it's okay, fine. So we'll go to tags. Tags are basically, I've told you, this is defining whatever you have. You just, for example, if I'm selecting this I'll be just naming it. That's it. So it's just you're making it recognizable. That's it. Just you're tagging the your components, what of what you have included into your configuring your storage account. So this is how. Now this is done. So I'll just create it. Once it is created, it is showing me into the notification. Yeah, it is showing me into the notifications. Can you see? Submitting the deployment. So this might take a little time, where I can see all this happening into the process. You all can see this is my storage NFDP just showing me. So now here, once after the completion of the deployment, now it's very important to understand, once your deployment is completed, what you have to do the further. You have to create a container. Why? The container actually I'm going to upload an image, so I'm going to make use of blobs, right? So here I have seen, when I'm going to create upload an image, when I'm going to upload an image, I need a blobs. So it's basically a blob. So I need a container. So I have to create a container. So I'll be basically going to do the same thing. What I'll do is I'll go to resource. I'll first check it out whether everything. Yeah, it's the. Can you see the right hand side? Deployment succeeded. Okay. So this is done. Yeah, now we can see the overview of your storage account created. We can see the resource group name, the location of it is in the region of STOS. We can see the subscription, we can see the subscription ID, disk state available. You can have an extra disk attached to it if you want, for the storage purpose. If you want the maximum storage, so you can have a little more disk added to it, you can do that. So here now what I'll do, I'll just go to the left hand side of the panel and I'll see the container, because if I'm going to upload an image, I need a container. Services. So fine. If time permits, we'll go for other services as well, but let us go with containers first. So here I am going to take down the container. Now I have to create a container as well. We can see that there is a default container, but we don't have to use it. Right, so we'll just create a container here from this. You can see the plus sign here. I'll just click it up. Okay, now here I'll create the container and I'll name the container as container container image. So this is the name of, oh, it's already, I cannot have, the name can only be contained into lowercase letters, numbers and hyphens. It is stating me with that I can have only lowercase. So we'll go with lowercase. Fine. Container image. So the name of my container which I'm giving is, now what I have to do is I have to create it. Now here I have seen the anonymous access level. This is, I have kept private. So we have got private, we've got blobs, we've got container. This is that it can be really accessible to everyone. So I'll just keep it private a little. Let's see what happens with this. So I'll just create it. Okay, this is created. Can we see it successfully created storage container? So now we can see a container image, that is a container is created. This is a container. It is created, right? And the access level is private. It means that whatever I'm going to upload it, I have to check it whether it is available to everyone or not. So now I'm going to go to the container. Now here the option comes of uploading an image. So now here doing the accessing of the uploading of an image or any file, any audio, video, and anything. But I'll simply take an image, which, because video audio might take a little longer time to get uploaded. So I'll be just taking an image one first for a better execution, a fast execution as well. So I'll be just going for browse files. Now here I'll just take this string. It looks too pretty. So I'll take this a little. So I'll go with this. Um, Now here the option comes here. If you all can view, I have browsed one file spring.jpg. Okay, and now I'll just upload. You don't have to override a file already. You don't have to do it. If it is unnecessary, or like for example, if I've uploaded one single file every times or something like this, then you can just simply, this will give you one of the notifications that is already uploaded. So if it doesn't need, you can do it, and I'll just upload it. Now it's got uploaded. Now what I have to do is a little have to. I can see this is uploaded. Now I have to go to this picture. I have to go this, and I have to only do one thing. That I have to copy this URL. Can you see this URL? Now I am just going to copy this URL to see whether on because what I have did is I've created a storage account on the East US region. This is globally, and I have given the access level at a public one. It means everybody can view my image, which I have uploaded with the help of this URL. So let's see whether we can. So I'll just put up a new tab. I have just copied this URL, and I'll just copy it here, and I'll see to it. I just want everyone to do the same. I'll just put this up. I want I'm just putting it in the comment box also, so that you can all try it once at your side, whether it is whether you people are able to view this up or not. So just try this link out, and if it is working, let me know in the comment box as well. So here it is not working, it does not exist. So please check it out if this here is working or not. For those who are onto the laptop, and for those who are onto mobile, they even can try it out from the mobile phone as well. So I hope, and I guess it's not available. Yeah, it's an error, right? Absolutely so. So now why it is so? So what I have to do is I have to go to again to the container, or the container. I'll go to the container image. Okay. What probably I can see is it is into. The problem of this is actually that I have to change the state of the access. Here I have kept it private. Now I'll just make it little public container, which can be all the containers or blob data can be read by anonymous requests. That is with the help of URL can view it up, and anyone can view it up. Now I have changed the access level. After changing the access level, I'll go to the same properties. That is this. I'll again go to the same, and I'll simply copy the same thing. But I've already copied it, right? So I'll just try to refresh it out. So once I'll refresh it, I'll get this picture. I just want everyone to again check, just refresh that URL once again, so that you can get the same thing. I haven't copied, I have just changed the state of the access, and then I have just refreshed it down, and I've got the image. So is it visible? Is it visible? Yeah, it is visible. Thank you so much, sir. So this is how you I've created a storage account. I've created a storage account, my storage NFDP. That is this, my storage NFDP. And then I've created a container image. And in that image, in that container, I have uploaded a spring.jpg. And that is what you can view it up. So basically, now this, whatever I'll be uploading, whatever, for example, if I'm for example, going to go again into container, like my I'll go to storage of TP. I'll go to container. I'll go to upload again to upload another thing. For example, I'm uploading another image. For example, um, if not image or any music or any videos you wanted to, you can go. But I don't have any videos right now with me, so I'll be basically, or I'll see two videos, or no, it's not available to me, so I'll just take care of, I'll go again with the images. I'll take this peacock. I find this peacock is little attractive enough, so I'm just taking and I'm uploading it again. It's done. Now what if, going to this, if I'll change the access level. So here I'll just be doing this private. So I'll do that, changing the access level of this one, POC. So now I'll just going to click onto this. After clicking it up, I'll be just uh, copy pasting this URL here to here. Um, yeah. So again, this is not visible. So what I have to do, similar, I have to go back. I have to change the state of it through private to container access. So yeah, it's done. But there is no need to just click. I don't now, both the images would be able. So I just wanted to go here, and again I'll just refresh it up, and this is visible. A little smaller one, but it's visible, right? So this is how, and this is what you how you can create storage account, how you can upload. So basically you are the storing your data in terms of the services which is offered by Azure. So you are making use of here I'm using the block storage. So this is how you can create. Now here I'll go to container image. I'll just go to contain. Now I have got this one thing, that after something which is not in use, I have to delete it. I feel this that is really important. So if I'll feel like I'll just delete this, because I don't think it's now we need it. Okay, I will delete that also. We'll be deleting everything, because again, because it is costing us, this services are being costed to us. So whatever I have uploaded, the time till date is accessible to everyone, it is going to cost me. So for sure I have to, and then I have to go to container image, then I have to see this, then I can delete this container. I have to delete the container. Now this is the container name, and we have to delete the container as well. And now this is, I have to go to my storage count, so I'll go to this. Okay, so here, if I'm going to go into this also, you have to like this. Can we see here? This is NFDP resource group. So earlier it was not mentioned. Now we have created resource group, a little important one. Sorry. So we can see the resource group, and this is the resources which is made in this. So eventually, if you're going into this resource group also, you will see. Can you see the resources which is being made? This is the storage account which I've made, right? So I can simply go delete the things, but here I'm going to delete the resource. I'm just going to delete this. I don't want this storage and no storage account anymore. So I'm just going to delete it from this resource group. This is how you can deliberately you can just delete the resources which when not in use you can, and you have to, because this is very important part for you, for a cloud professional people, for IT professional, for those who wanted to run their career in cloud. They have to learn this, because it's pretty much very important, because when you're using it you should know how to use it. So this is really really important. So it will take a little time. So we'll just go for home, and we can just go for storage account once more. We'll see. What is it showing? Here I can still see this. So I have to go this here and I have to distract for deleting here it again in the storage account, because I think it has not got deleted from that end. So this is how we can delete it from here also. So it's once deleted. So once it is deleted, we can go for database as well. Okay, this is very clear to everyone how we have created an Azure storage account. And now here we can see no storage account. We can only see the resource group NFDP. Today we'll be using this resource group entirely. So this is all, and now if I'll go to again storage account, we'll see no more, nothing else. Okay. Yes, this is totally refreshed. So this is done. So now we'll see the important, again the very important part of Azure, that is what it is offering us. So we'll be seeing Azure database services. So this is one of the important services provided by the Azure database. We have understood of data, we have understood of uh, we have understood of different types of databases. We have seen Cosmos database. We've heard of when we are talking about structured data, we are actually talking about SQL. We are talking about MySQL. And when we are talking about a non-structured data, we are actually talking about MongoDB, Cassandra, and we are talking about Ramlin. Then we are talking about various other non-structural data which are in support. Okay. So when we say Azure Cosmos DB, we can say why it is called globally distributed database services. It means that it is possibly available in more of the regions of, like we have seen the regions when we say the globally distributed database. So what actually I'm telling is that it is available in one of many of the regions. So if I'm if I'm uploading, if I'm putting some data onto the database, of if I'm using any services of the Cosmos database, if I'm manipulating with the data, so whatever is process that is happening in one of the region, it is similarly it is going to track down in another region as well. So this is something you can say it is globally distributed. So all the way your data is replicated. So basically you are talking about this replication. You're actually talking about the changes in one database of Cosmos at one region will be definitely going to hit on to the another region as well. So this is something you're talking about global distributed services. Okay. And then it has got develop a high performance applications which can be managed or scaled with support of other open source Postgres SQL. We can have MongoDB and Apache Cassandra, along with Java, Node.js, Python, and .NET. So this is basically about Azure Cosmos database. So it is a very fast and distributed NoSQL and relational database at any scale. So it's offer both structured and non-structured relational database. Now here we'll talk about Azure SQL database. When I'm saying Azure SQL database, I can actually call it as a database as a service. Why? Because here it is providing me the databases at very schema oriented databases. A schema oriented, when I'm talking about the schema oriented, it means that each and everything is into the tabular format, and each row has got a perfect schema which can be read into the format available, and it has got each and every schema. Now here in this SQL database, we can understand it is basically for storing larger capacity of the data, and up to we can actually thought of having it more fully managed and a kind of intelligent SQL databases. So this is something you can go for SQL databases for those who wanted to have their applications to work on to SQL databases. Very similar for, I will go with MySQL database. Why? Because it is again an open source MySQL database. So it is a fully managed community of MySQL database. It provides you high availability and mission critical performance, and it's an open source, for open source, database for developers for designing or building any web applications or any mobile applications, like building mobile phones. And now here we'll be talking about database of PostgreSQL. Now, PostgreSQL, now fully managed, it is again a fully managed and intelligent. When I'm saying fully managed, that it is something that that a user can manage this at and scale when it is a requirement, when there is a need of the scaling of database for more and more that can work. So it innovates faster, and it's again a database service for again an open source platform for designing and securing enterprise applications. So these are all the database services provided by the Azure database services. So we'll see one of the services of it. We'll see the SQL database services today as a practical part. So how we have to first, what I have to do is today into this practical, we'll be creating a database. Okay, and then we'll be before this we'll create, and then we'll be querying that database. And how we'll be creating it? So okay, so I'll be just moving forward to the portal again. So here we need to understand. See, here I'm not, the database is not visible, right? So what I have to do is simple and straight. I just need to type here SQL database. I don't have to, I just simply type as just type SQL. It will get SQL databases. Just click onto the SQL database. Now here I'm going to do is I'm just going to create an SQL database. So this is very important because something I need to understand how it works. So this is a dashboard, or this is a portal. Now here I'm going to configure. Here I'm going to create an SQL database. Okay. So I'll go to create. So here I'll be creating a database, and here again I'll be having few terms which is related to creation of SQL database. Here, along with the database creation, I'll be also creating database SQL server, connection of Azure Data Studio. Now, what is Azure Data Studio? That is what I'm going to explain today. What is Azure Data Studio? Okay, so we'll see what is Azure Data Studio. Now, for that, you what I have to do is you can just download Azure Data Studio from here. Why? I'll tell you why there is a need of this download uh, Azure Data Studio. So, can you see the Azure Data Studio? I have to go and I have to install and just download from here Azure Data Studio. So, I'll just let you know why it is. So we'll go here and we'll create. Now the resource group I have already created. So I'll be taking it to like NFDP it's only. I'm just going to pick NFDP. So यहाँ पे NFDP I'll take, so I'll just take NFDP. Here I'm taking, see the subscription again is the very same one. Same, there is a zero pass and resources which I've already, resource group which I've already created. See, because this is the kind of a resource which I'm using, right? So it has to be added into the group. So it has to be added into one of the resource groups. So I've already created an MDP, and I'm just putting that resource into that resource group. Now here, I need to just remember many things because this is very important. Now here it comes. I have to put my database name. So I have to put, like for example, I'm going to put DB1. So this is available DB1. So I have to note down that my database name is here. My database date. Just hold on. Okay, database name is I have kept DB1. Okay, for my I have to remember this. Okay. Now here I don't have any server. I have to create a server. This connection, this is really important when you have to connect to the server for just to query all those databases. All right. So basically for the connection orientations, I need this. So what I'll do is I'll create a new server. I'll go to create new server, and here I'll be taking a server. Now here I will be mentioning the name of the server. So I'll just put the name server. Uh, it's available. You can we see this? The specified server name is already in use. So it's already in use. So I'll just take it like 087. How it works. Again, this new so great. I can include 0789. Yeah, this is available. So I'll be just taking this as server name. I'll be taking my server name as server 0789. Fine. Now here I'll be choosing of location. See, this is something really important that you have to go with the parameters. We have to pass these validations, because at somehow if this validations doesn't approve, you're not able to create you're not able to use the services, or you're not able to create the server also, or any applications or any process you're making it up. Here again, I can choose a region accordingly, but I think it's my very favorite, is to It's because it's not just showing me any kind of error. For example, there can be some error issues with respect to regions. For example, if I'm creating any virtual machines, if I'm creating anything, sometimes there is a problem of passing the validation. So there can be a problem of region as well. So you just need to check it once for. You need to change the region so that you can see to upliftment that this region is highly available for your database services or your virtual machines or any platform as a service, whatever the services you are offering, you are trying to get it from your cloud provider. So I'll keep it the same. Now here, the authentication I'll be using is use SQL authentication. Why? The reason is I've it's very convenient to because this requires a lot of things. So I just go with I'll just simply have this user ID and password. So I'll keep it like this. This is something I'll remember, but I have to remember this. This is something that um, I'll keep ID is equals to, that is user ID is equal to, yes, no, this is no, it's just a server. So that then the password, um, I remembered it, don't worry. So that's not needed. So this is something which I can be, which is going to be helpful for me. So, so this is done. The password is confirmed. So now here I can go for OK. Okay. So my this is done. Okay. Now here I have to see how it works. Now basically, now we can see here the kind of now it is showing me yeah, the workload environment. Now here you have to mention the workload environment. So how you will be mentioning it, so depending upon, again, whether you want to go for development, and you go for production, so that depends. So you don't have to mention, you don't have to touch it anyways, because it's very fine if you go for development and all. So this is going to be the same. It doesn't have to get affected. So now here, what I'm going to go for compute plus storage. I've seen this is. You don't have to touch this also. Okay. So now I'll be just going for um, next step. Now here, yeah, I have to check this because yeah, because this is something. Yeah, this is locally redundant. Rich. So I'll go with this and just go for networking. So here I have to click the public access, public endpoints. Let me see just previous one because there's something I think I have, need to understand general purpose. Um, yeah, so okay, fine. So I'll go to this. I'll go to this and I'll just go to, yeah. So here I have to just select. This was serverless, so I have to make it this provision. Yeah, this is the reason I was facing also. I'll just apply this one because okay. So I'll go down. Okay, now this is good. I have got all the parameters. I'll just check it once again. Here I have to see. Yeah. This is like compute resources as pre-loaded bill per hour. So this is okay. Provision one I want to go for. And then that's right. That's right. Okay, fine. Then so now here is I'll go with service tire. So we'll see the service tire here is. So here it is going to. I'll just select. The, I'll go to basic for less demanding workloads, so that you can have because I don't have to do too much things. So I'll go to the service tire. So we can see the changes in the prices also. Can we see the changes in the prices? Earlier it was a little more because when we were selecting most budget friendly, it was too much. You can see the price change of our this database. So once I'm using, I'm just changing the tire, the kind of tire that I just wanted to use a basic model only for which has not which has got to work with a lot of workloads. Now here what I'll do, I'll just apply this. Okay, so I'll apply this now. Okay, fine. So now here I'll go to networking now. This is what I've created. Now this is something public endpoint. Here, what is it? Here we are choosing the connectivity method. You can connect it either publicly via IP addresses. So yes, this is what we needed is. So we'll definitely be using this. Now here, I'll be clicking it yes, yes, and then we'll be just going to security. So here, I'll be just going to go for security now. Now here I have to do nothing but this is clear. Okay, this is really clear. That additional settings I need to select a sample database. So I'll be just selecting sample database. That is, selecting this sample will modify the compute. So it's basically, I'm not going to create, I'm just going to have this sample database for querying purpose, for actually playing with the database. So I'm just going to use the sample database. Okay, the sample format and to be fixed into this database. So ये सारा चीज जो एक sample होगा ये पूरा इस database में already आ जाएगा. So go to tags and then view and create. So we'll see it's passing the validation and it's created. So see the estimation of the is little low because we've selected the basic one, right? So the estimation, because it was going up to 30,000, right? Now here it is very low till 407. So it's little, really the prices which was mentioned earlier. I've kept it. I've changed the service tier. I've changed the depending upon the workloads, because I'm not going to have a lot of workloads on my database. So basically, I don't have to import too many data into the databases. I just simply wanted to have a sample database, and I just need to retrieve some data. That's it. This is something about how to create your Azure database account. This is how you created your database, Azure databases, then how you've created Azure database server. Now, I will now just check it out. It's into the notification that we're creating it in group. Now, the major part is of this, what we have understood till right now, that this is something which is very important. That even one of the steps are very important. We have to see the cost. The cost estimation is very much priority on taking up the services, and depending again what type of workloads your application demands, that totally depends, that is all dependent in categorizing, or in just analyzing the cost of your database. So it's basically this. Now once it is created, once the deployment is created, I think it's very fine, so we need to wait for it. Now we'll see to it. And yeah, a very important thing, if in any of the cases by mistake, if certain parameters are not properly matched out, you have to again delete this database, and then you have to create it again. So we need to analyze each and every step while performing it, because this is something you need to understand where what your demand of application actually needs. Database, we kind of database it is. So once it's done, we'll get to see database. I go to home and I'll just see the database. Yeah, now it's going to it has got created. We can see it is still taking time. This time is maybe because of the issues in the portal. So it might take a little longer time. So let's see how much time it can take. I'll go to resource. Okay, this is something which is showing me deployment is completed. So I'll go to the resource. Yeah. So we can see this is a resource group name, and this is the region where I have implemented this database, and sorry, the server. Can you see the server? Yeah. Now this is something very important. Now here we have got the query editor. What I'll do, I'll simply just go to query editor. And what I'll do is I'll just remember that I have user ID and password, right? So I'll be simply going to log in query. Now, can you see the query editor is in preview? What it means? It is still in the working. See, query editor previews tool to run SQL queries against Azure SQL database in Azure portal. It is designed for lightweight querying and object exploration in your database. So we'll see how it works. So I keep this and I'll just type the password. So yeah, so you might have seen the options of also Microsoft Enter authentication, either from your Outlook or either from this. So I'll just go with this user ID and password. Now we can see the query editor. This is a screen of, uh, so this is a screen. Um, I'll keep it like this. So here we can see our database DB1. This is database and this is a server name. Server 0789. Okay. Now here is we can see the tables. Now tables are getting these are the tables which is mentioned. You can see the tables. Now we can query these tables. Now for example, I want to select star from sales. Now we can see the table name like sales lt dot address dot customer dot product. So I'll just see the products here and I'll just run this query up. So after running the query, I'll get a I can see now the screen is not visible. So what I'll do, I'll just show only result. uh, yeah, you can see the query which I fired or show all. I'll just do the same thing. Here what I'll do is I'll just simply see the result first. Yeah, this is the result: product ID, name, product number. So this is something. Now if I just wanted only product ID, so I have to copy this and name. So what I'll do is I'll just go to again here and I'll see the product ID and product name to view it. So I'll just run this query. And once it's done, I'm just going to see the product ID and name. Can you see the product ID and name itself? If I'm just trying, you can query the way you want it because it's a simple database. You must have remembered that in the step I have selected the sample. So this was a sample databases tables which I have collected, which I've put in. This is the sample tables which I've collected into my database, which I've put into my database, which I've asked for when I've created the database. This is what I've imported into my database. So, and I'm just querying it out. So now here, according to the need, for example, if you want it, you can query the way you want it. You can go for other from table. You can go to like for sales that you can go for customer. You can go for customer. Here you can change this little because I'll just type star because I don't know the values of the column. So I don't know actually the columns. So I'll just go for run here. And again, I'll see you can see here, the square editor is quite, truly very deserving for making us to show the results and all. You can see the customer name ID and the name style for title, and you can see many more. We can go for first name, we can see the middle name, last name. So this is a table. So for example, if I just wanted the first name and the company name, so I just can go with first name and company name. So what I'll do is I'll simply right here show me the first name and the company name, right? So this is something like now let's just see. We can see the result here. I'll change the top. Yeah, you can see the first name Ranjo Kate Chora and the company they are working in, Baxter Progressive Sports, advanced by components, modular cycle systems, and all. This is all about how you can query. Query editor you can do, or either way, how you can say how you are going to work with. Another way is you can use other way you can use onto your onto your desktop. How you can work with, you can have Azure Data Studio. So I'm just going to go with Azure either C. I'll just turn it off for a while. Okay. Um, I'll go with SQL database. Um, so I'll go to this database. Fine. I'll go to this for one. Now here, what I'll do is I'll just try to see the connections. How I can have this connection. So can see here we can, this is really important. So you just remember the server name here. Now here what I'm going to do is that I'm going to connect with. Now here I can connect with either Visual Studio. This requires a lot of coding and a lot of other things involved. I'll go with Azure Data Studio. So I'll say you what is Azure Data Studio, what it is helping you out to do with. So it is a kind of, you can say what is Azure Data Studio is basically a open platform, you can say an open source platform where you can have uh, cross platform hybrid. It is a kind of data analytic tools to simplify your data landscapes. Now here what you're doing is actually you are trying to download and you are using, this is this is a platform, this is an interface, this is providing your platform as a service, a kind of an application where you can query or connect with your database. So how you will connect, so basically I have told you that if I'll just click onto this, I'll click onto this. So here when I'll go, I can see here either I can go with this or either I can go like this. Download Azure Data Studio like this. I can just simply go like this, and I think or once it's I can launch it now. It's fine. So I'll go with the download Azure Data Studio. So this is how I can do it. Right? I'll go for download. I'll be taken to this a screen. So for example, if I'm not having, I'm having it, but if I'm not having, what I can do, I'm just going to download Azure Data Studio. So I'll just see to the screen, and we can see this is how you can download Azure. See, if you're not very familiar with how to use query editor, you can go with this also. So here you can download this. So this is something I'll just share in this chat box. Okay, so this is something I'm sharing in the chat box. So for reference, this is how you will be, and this is how you can download Azure. If you've got platform of Windows, you've got Linux, you've got, so this is how you can just click onto this and this is get installed. So once this done, you just need to open up here from here. You have to just open Azure Data Studio. Can you all see Azure Data Studio? So I'll just click it on. It'll take time. It'll take time. So we need to understand this kind of platform where we are going to have this connection querying capacity. How we'll include it and how we'll connect our server, SQL server. So this is the kind of we can say a kind of cross-platform data management tool which is provided by the cloud, and this is very simpler one. So down here I can see my database is Azure Data Studio is getting open. So I can see the symbol. It's taking a little time, but no sooner once it's get down, we need to understand. Yeah. Now what all these connections which is required. Now I'll have used it, so there will be a server which is connected. So I just need to first remove that server. So we'll see, we'll try to clear the history first so that yeah, so this is something which I have connected earlier, because I've performed this practical earlier. So I'll be just deleting it. Let us just get loaded for once so that it's taking its time. Okay, now we can see this my server 087. So I'll just delete this. I'll just delete it. Okay. Okay. Yes. So I'm deleting this. So I'll just delete this query as well. I don't want. Don't save. Don't want. I don't want this. Yeah, I'll just simply go for new connections. This shows that we are connected now. So we'll just go to fill this. So now here I'll be just connecting now. Here there's a few requirements. I'll just clear the list one because this is something which confuses me a lot. So I'll just clear it up. Now here I'll be giving my server connection string. So what actually I'm going to give is here. I'll go to my portal and I've told you something that I have to remember something here is I'll go here. If you're not doing that also, it will create a lot of errors. So it's very important to you for you to remember the steps. So it's very important. This is very important. So you have to click on to the server name, copy this, and just paste it here. So I'll be just pasting it here. Okay, now here my authentication type is SQL login because I have got the username and password. So my username and password was it was server. So I'll be creating server. Okay, this is server. Now password I have to remember is the I've kept in mind. So this is a okay. So this is the password. Now what I'll do, I'll try to connect the server. Now I'll try to connect the server. Right. So once it is done, we can see it is showing as a green color, right? A little zoom in so that it's better. Yeah, we can see this is green in color, right? So it is showing me that it's connected. Yeah, now I can see the database. Now I can see the tables inside it. uh, just um, this is tables. We'll see tables. We'll run the sort of same query here. So we can see the tables here. So I'll just going to simply go for a new query, and I'll just simply write select star from sales. Now here sales lt dot product model. So we can see that I have typed an incorrect one here. I've typed star. So let's see, let's run this query. It's going to show some error. If it is, no, it's not showing error. Oh yeah, it's running very incredibly. Wow, good. So it's running. We've got the product ID, name, catalog, model. So we can see the kind of this tables. So this is how you can query like this. If you want, you can do the via query editor. You can do it via Azure Data Studio. You can do it by Visual Studio as well. So I have shown you the two ways of how to query on how your databases. Okay, again, if you wanted to put your own database, if you wanted to go for your own table, you can just you know put your some back. You go for option of backup or you can select you can create a table onto your platform and just drag and drop there that for or you just create a table there out, and so you can do the same thing. This is how you will be doing. Here is showing me the database and I can have masters in it. So this is my db1. My database name was db1, if you remember, everyone. The see it is showing me db1, so my database name was db1, right? And server name was, it's got good connection, it's got done. So this is all about your how you will create a Azure database and how you will using your Azure database services and how you can use it through Azure Data Studio. You can use it via query editor. So this is the way you can use it. Okay, so I'll just simply just cut it off. You can perform any other queries if, of choice if you want. you can create. So this is all about of creation of SQL database and SQL server. So now we'll delete, because this is something which is a brilliant part. If I'm not using it, I have surely going to delete it. So I'll just copy paste it and delete it. And this is really important, as you know, because we need to save the cost. We'll also see the subscription or today, what is the, what is the percentage of, percentage of, dollars I've used really, because it was showing 100 USD that time. Let me see whether how much I've used, because I don't think I've used too much of it. So let's see. I'll just delete this as well. So I'm going to write delete, confirm this, delete. Now I'll just write, this is how I have to delete the resources. So today we have seen Azure database, Azure SQL server, and then we have seen storages. Now we'll be moving forward for, logic apps. Now what is logic apps? We'll see in little detail about it, and why it is very important. This is to understand why this logic app is really important. We'll see into theory part, but before we just understand whether we deleted everything or not. Still, yeah, it's deleted. If I'll go to SQL database, it's everything in fresh. I have nothing to on, right? So it's done here. So now we'll just go to subscription ones. Let me, make you view of, how much, the, I have used it. So I'll just go to this. It's an active status. Yes, I'm using it, so it's an active status. I'll go to this. Now I'll just go to this one. This is really important. This all things. When you'll start learning cloud, you're actually start learning the technology. You will understand. So you have to check and balance. So it's going to show me some balance for my, like, the total amount I've used till date. So, oh, it's trying to sign in. Okay. So here it will show me the, yeah, it's taking time, but this is how you can view it up. So okay, so yeah, it's still not, because I have got a very good idea of, deleting the resources. So this is something like, still it's not going to be like little, it will take little time, because definitely it will take time, because I have not used the resources. I've cleaned the resources as once the work done. So it's not going to take it too much of, so it's still in the 100 USD. Now I'll just going to simply cut this down, and I'll go to my, home page. Now we'll be for sure working with logic apps. This is the logic apps. I can show you, this is the logic apps. So now here, what is it I'm going to do is, before going to logic app, I just wanted to have a 15 minutes break for everyone, so that, a little, because it's very important, because we have learned about storage accounts, we have learned about SQL database. So it's very important for us to take a little snap, snap, just to get a refreshment of what we're going to learn new in this. So we'll take a break of 10 or 15 minutes. I'll be just there by 15 minutes, so that we can continue with logic apps. So thank you so much. I'll be, just, sharing screen for, full time. Okay, so timer, I'll just put timer, um 10 minutes. So here I'll just reset, for like, I'll be keep it 0. um I'll keep it for 15 minutes, and it starts. Thank you so much. Take a break, everyone. Hello everyone. I'm back. Thank you so much for this snap because this was really needed because we've already completed with storage and we've already completed with um, SQL database. Now we'll be completing with logic apps, which is very important. So yeah, for those who are having any doubts, please put up your queries in the comment box. I'll be surely trying to give you the answers at the end of the session as possible if time permits, because this is really important to cover up all these topics. And if not possible for me, I'll your the chatbot will help you this soon for the same cases. So we'll start the session. I'm going to share my screen. I've already shared. Sorry. Yeah. So I'll be learning. I'll be just telling you what is Logic App is all about. So we'll go to the PPT part of what is Logic App is. So yeah. Now here we have understood about Logic App is it's a cloud platform. It means it is providing you the platform where you can create and run automated workflows. It means I'm going to create an automated workflows that, for example, a best example which I'll be taking into practical session in practical session also, that whatever I'm going to upload on, I'll just create a storage account. For example, if I'm going to create a storage account, I'm going to upload few files or few images or audio. It can be anything onto my container, and that message I'll be receiving at the end of through my Outlook account, Outlook Gmail account. So Outlook mail account. So we'll see how it works. So this is basically you are trying to automate the workflows. Then after this is a, like we can understand the flow chart, how flow chart works. Similar, it is all about logic apps. So it is basically you can understand it is providing you the kind of visual designer of what your pre-built operation is going to look like. So it is giving you this opportunity to quickly build a workflow of it, and integrates and manages your data, right, and services or applications accordingly. So here we'll create it. Now there are certain things which has to be done with the workflow, with the with the word of workflow. So we'll see how it works. Now here, for example, there are few things, there are a few workloads that that we can automate, that we can automate using the Azure logic apps. That is, we can schedule and send email notifications, right? And then we can route and process customer orders, like we do it basically like into when we are tracking of like and putting or placing an order of any things onto any e-commerce application. So we usually used to get order status. We see the track of our state or track of the status of the order which is done, which is whether it is the order is confirmed, then it is dispatched, then it is delivered, and the payment is done, and so on and so on. This is kind of a workflow we'll be seeing through this example how it is going to work. So we'll see now today how it works through first we need to create a logic app in the Azure portal. This is a walkthrough, you can say. This is a kind of little a guidelines what we will going to create it is actually. So we'll be creating a logic app in the Azure portal, and then we'll be creating a workflow. That is, we'll be designing the workflow how my process of action is going to work. We'll be adding a trigger that if something happens, if something if some events are occurring, if suppose if I'm just going to upload some images, I should get certain actions. So I'm adding a trigger. Trigger is basically I'm just going to automate some event. I'm just going to trigger some events. I'm just going to um, upload. I'm going to perform something to which I will be facing some consequences or result, or you can say an action. So all these things will be doing in this lab, which is very important and for you to understand. So we'll be taking a little short example for how it works. So we'll start the session um, through lab now. We'll go to the portal. Now here it's already available. We can see the portal. Can see the logic apps. So what it is creating, this we can see the description here is create workflows leveraging hundreds of connectors and visual designer. So okay, before this, it's very important for us to understand we have to create the storage account. Why? Because see, creating a workflow is something. If I'm going to create a workflow, but I have to do some, I have to perform some event also, right? So where I'll be doing this, I'll be doing this, I'll be creating a storage account, I'll be doing something. So basically I understand the aim of this practical, that in easy, in a layman language, that I'm going to create a storage account. I'll create a container inside a storage account. I'll create a blobs, that is I'll upload a image, and then I'll upload the image. After that, what I'll do is I'll just be creating the logic app, so the Azure portal, and then I'll be designing the workflow. Then after this incident, that is, I'll be creating the triggers, and I'll prepare an action plan. That is, once something uploaded onto my storage account, I should get an email service as an action. So I'm triggering this image uploading part on the storage account, and I am going to get an email as an action. So how it works? Now I have to first create is about the storage account. So we'll go to storage account here. So we will just start with the storage account. Okay. We'll go with first creating of storage account. So we'll just click here. So now here I'll go to create a storage account. Now and just remember one thing: I have to keep it in single resource group. Everything includes a single resource group. So I'll go to the okay. So I'll just go to create this one. So here, what I'm going to do is I'll create the first storage account. So here I'm going to keep it. So here I'm just going to do one thing. I'll just check out for NFDP, the same resource group. I'll take it. Now the storage account name will be logic storage. Okay. So I'm keeping it. Okay. Now this is something. It should be in the lowercase. So I'll just put this into the lowercase. Logic storage. So again, this is not taken. Logic storage, NFDP. So we'll see if it is possible. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll just keep in mind these things. So yeah, this is something I have to keep in mind. Uh, so here my storage account name is this. So I'll write here storage. Little, no, storage account name is equals to logic storage NFDP. Okay. uh, then I have to see the region. The region you can go to, you can apply to any extent region. You can go to, again, the region is your choice. Again, if you're facing any issues, you can just terribly change the region if you want, but I'm not going to change any regions because I'm not finding any issues with that. So there's not an issue at all. So here I'll be just, yeah, this is what I'm going to take it into a lowest cost option, because I have to think twice of uh, maintaining the services, and just taking up only the desirable services from the cloud which I needed for my part. Here I'll just go to net. Yeah, this is something. Now here, allow, because already when I'm creating any storage account, it's very important for me. It should be available. Okay, so it's to be available, and then this is done. This part is, and you can go to next. I'll keep it hot. Yeah, this is from all, and this is again done. So I don't have to go with this now here. You don't have to touch here also. It's all the very similar steps you have to go, because this is something, don't have to. Here I have selected the blocks and files only because I'm going to create an image only. So I don't have to think of too much. So just review and create it. This is, I'm going to create a storage account. Again, I have to create a container. Now, after creating them, I have to go for the workflow of logic apps. Now, this is how it's going to be. So I'll create the storage account. This is done. So we can see this. No, it is into deployment process. Okay, fine. Okay, so I'll just delete these things because needed me here. So we'll just delete it. And this is getting, so after creating this, after see, you need to analyze in every time, because this is something you have to be, very perfect in, when designing. So once you start doing it, you will just be, very much through with it. So the deployment is completed. We'll go to resource. So this is done. So now here what I'll be creating is the container, because I'll be creating a container. So in this container, I'll be just going to go for creating of the container. So here my container name will be container container logic. So let's see, it's taking. Yeah, it's taking. So this is the name of my container. So what I'll do is I'll just simply go to here. My container name is container logic. Okay, for my remembering. Now here I have to do this because keeping it in private doesn't work, so it's not going to show me anything. If I'm actually uploading it, will not show me anything. So it's just okay, fine. So this is done. Once a container is created, this part is done. So what I'll do is I'll just simply take a replica of it. Yeah. um, I'll duplicate this so that I have to create a workflow. So here I can get a better understanding of when I have to take a logic storage in NFDP. This is my storage name and this is my container name. So this is very very easy way to remember the things. So now what I have to do is once. So here what I've did is I've created a storage account. I've created a container in the storage account. Okay, but I have not uploaded anything. I have not created anything, right? I have just simply created a resource group. I have created a storage account in that, and I've created a container inside it. Now what I'll do is I'm going to create a logic app. Now I'll go to home portion. Now I can see the logic app. I have to just click here. Now here when I'm being clicking to the logic apps, now you can see here. So the resource group and the region, we need to keep in mind that it should be same as that of the storage account. So what I'll do is I'll just going to go for add. So this is how we'll create the logic app. So here, yeah. Now, as I said, the resource group that I have used here in the storage account, this is when I'm coming to overview, we can see the resource group as well. And it's NFDP, yes. So here also I have to use the same resource group, that is NFDP. Okay, here actually what we are doing, We can understand the storage account is to be a different resource group and resource actually, not resource group, resource, and logic app to be a different resources. This resource are going to communicate with each other, and how it is, we'll see through this practical, and this we'll see through this lab session. So now here we'll give the name of the logic names, logic app name. So I'll be giving this name to be uh, LAP 1 2 3 4 5. So this is the name I'm giving to. So this is the name of my logic app name. Um, I just copy paste this here for my remembrance, because I it's a little confusing every time. I cannot remember, right? So it's like so yeah. I'll be keeping it. So this is like my logic app name would be this is I'll just copy paste it here so that I should be remembering this. This is the logic app name. Okay. Now here I'll go to the portal once again. Now here what I have to do is I have to go down. Now here I don't have to go with anything, like it's the region is same. I don't want to disturb. It's a workflow. I'm preparing a workflow, so it's obviously a workflow, and it is in the same region. So I don't have to touch anything here and here. Ah, yeah. This is somewhere I have to touch, that I have to make it a consumption level. Now, what is it actually? That I'm trying to have dedicate how your ape skills. It is basically I'm going to make use of it, right? So this is for basically a workflow. When there is a workflow design, you have to go for consumption. You just need to select the consumption here. Okay, so once you are so here you will plan type while you create. So your plan type while when you will be creating a logic app should be consumption. Okay, for best entry level. Okay, after this get down. If there is any other options, we can okay, fine. So now there is nothing, we can just review and create it. Okay, so this is how your logic app is created. So after the completion of the deployment of logic apps, we need to go to the resource of the logic app. Okay, so here I have to create. This is what I have created. We have created name and we have created this logic app, and now we just create it. It has passed the validation. Now we'll create it. Okay, so this is done. It is showing me great work. Yeah. Okay, it's in some process. So till date, we can discuss further steps as well. Now, what we have to do is, after the completion of the deployment, we have to go to resources. So we'll go to resource. This is my logic app now. So now after the completion of the deployment of logic apps, we'll go to the resource of. Now we can see that on the left hand side, the left hand side of the panel, we can see all these attributes which we need to. So here we'll be using the logic app designer. We'll be going to the logic app designer on the left hand side of the development tools. Yeah, so we need to remember this. Now here what I have to do is we have to remember two things. Now we need to add the trigger, and then we need to add the actions in the workflow. So if we'll just click this trigger. Now when we are clicking onto the trigger, we need to search for Azure blob storage. Now why it is? Because uh, what we What I want to do is in my practical, I wanted to upload um, an image, or you can say anything which is related to blobs. So I'm going to use this Azure blob. So this is what I'm triggering. I'm actually asking for is something which is related to blob storage. If I'm triggering out that, I should get some action. So it's like I'm just going to trigger it. So I'm getting this Azure blob storage. Can you see here? Have you? So I just need to put this trigger. So once it's done, you can see here we are getting a new window open of creating connections. Now here we need to create a connection, which is very important. Now here we need to check for how to create a connection. So we need to provide the connection name here, right? Because to this, whatever trigger is going to be happening, it has to be created with the event, and the action has to be get connected to each other. So we're creating a connection. So here I'm going to put the connection name to be 087. Let's see it's working. So this is my connection name. I'll be taking this as a connection name. So I'll be just remembering all this connection name. So I'll be taking this connection 087, or either it's very longer one. I can go for connect 087. Looks little good, right? So I'll get connect 087. So I'll go with this connect 087. So this is little very easy one. Now here the authentication type will be access keys, because from our this we'll get the access key. From the storage account we'll have to get the access key. Now here authentication types we have selected an access key. Now your storage account name will be your storage account name. This is something that's it's actually talking about Azure storage account name. So your storage account name is this. So I'll be copying it and I'll be pasting it. So I'll be doing this, or either I can just simply copy like from here. So it's okay, one and the same thing. I can do that. Okay. So for better reference, I can just watch logic storage NFDP, and here it's same. Now here I have to get the key of Azure storage. Now yeah, this is very important. How I'm going to get this key of Azure storage account access. So what I'll do is I'll just go to this portal. Here I'll be you know I'll be searching for access keys. So if you go down a little, you can see in security and networking, you can see the access keys. Can you all see? You can all see the security plus networking and access keys. So this is where you can find access keys. I'll just go to access keys. Now yeah, here. This is basically you will be authenticating the request of your storage account. So it's just that now here you have to show this is the key one, and this is what you have to take one. This is just copy it and just paste it here, and then just create new. Once it's done, the connection is created. Now we can see a new we don't have to remember this, no. Now a new tab of parameter has got open now. Yeah, so this is something here we have to see. Now a tab will open of parameters. Now we need to provide the storage account name. So how we'll be doing this? This is a drop down to see. So we'll be seeing the drop down. Here we can see the connection setting. So it is already storage, logic storage and everything. This is the name of my storage. So I have to see to it. that I can just watch it. The name of the my storage account is Logic Storage NFTP. So I'll go to here and I'll see here that it is Logic Storage NFT. I'll just select that. Now I need to have the container name as well. So now here what I can do is I need to provide the container name. So what I'll just simply have my container name here. So you can see the container logic is the name of my container name, right? So here I'll be taking the container name. Okay, either you can go to the portal and just go for a software like an overview, and and you can have your container here. The container, you can see the container logic. Yeah, it's a container logic, right? Okay, so this is basically, you can see the container logic. Okay, so now here what I'll do is I've got the container. Okay, okay. Now here what I'll do is simply, now here the advanced, now here onto storage account name will be your storage account number name, and the container name already we have provided. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to go to the advanced. I have to put little down here. Now we have to click on how often do you want to check for items. So here we'll give it the interval. Yeah, this is how. So we need to set this interval as 1. Okay, we'll be keeping it as 1. Okay, and here we have to select the time zone also. So here we'll be selecting the time zone as, like, for example, we'll go for India. We need to check it out where we can see India. So just yeah, we got it. This is the time zone we need to select. Okay, okay, so this is done. Okay, so now here is, and this is done. So here you will be seeing this, that uh, once you have set the interval, you have also set this time zone of India. Now what you have to do, once it is done, you need to just save it. You have to click the save button. Okay, so once it is done, now here what you have to do is, after this, after the save, you have to go to, then click on this add. Now here what you have to do is, once, when you will be clicking on this plus, you have to see your this, you have to create an action, you have to add an action, right? So once this is saved, add an action, we'll go to add an action. Okay, now how you will, now here I'll be searching for outlook.com. Outlook.com. So I'll go with outlook.com here. Because this is an account where this is basically, you will see but when will be here when we'll go little down, we can see. So what we wanted actually, we wanted to have an email service, right, onto our Outlook account. So we'll be having an email. So click on send email, and then after this we'll be receiving the sign in. So we'll just sign in. Okay. Okay. So here, uh, now we have to sign in. Now how will be signing up? We're signing up with the very same account that we have for Azure portal. So we'll be signing with the same account today, the portal of Azure. So we'll just sign, or either you can go for use another account. So here I'm going to use this, uh, and go for next. Now here I have to put the password. So I'll sign in to the my Outlook account. Okay, and once it is signed in, after the signing, I got a new tab of parameters that what I have to set. Now here what I'll do is I'll going to provide my Outlook account. So here I'll be writing my Rashmi Tiwari, that Outlook account which is there. So here you can see this is visible. If you're not remembering, I'm very much too low to understand remember in remembering things. So I'll be remembering like this. So 2026 at the rate outlook.com. Okay, so now here, after sign, we have to sign in the credentials, and what is done, you have you will be receiving all this thing. So once this parameters, this is all the parameters which we need to set up. What if we'll get this? So Rashmi Tiwari 2026 at the rate outlook.com. This is my email ID, right? So now here is, okay. Now what I have to do, the subject. Subject is image uploaded. Image uploaded. Now image uploaded, here I'm going to have this is a subject, and once I'll be writing something in the body part that hello Rashmi, you have received an email, uh, you have received an image as either I've like you've received an or either you have got an image uploaded onto Azure account, Azure storage account. So this is something I'll be doing. Okay, this is so now. Then after writing the body, then we'll see the parameters if there are some, but some parameters will go to it's all normal. This is all normal, and now we'll just save it. Okay. Then after saving, now here I'll be after saving. Okay, so this is done. Okay. Now what I have to do is, now I've put down the parameters, I have write everything. Then what I have to just see the notifications once. So this is done, right? This is what I have received. So what I'll do is simply, now here I don't have to put anything, so it's done almost. fine. This is done. Now, we have to go to overview. You can see though because everything is perfect, so we don't have to do anything now. Just need to go. Everything is done successfully. The workflow is created and everything is done. So now we'll be seeing the overview of this. You can see the resource group, PS and everything. Now what is this? That nothing is. We can see here. The result is actually here. Okay. So we need to run this once. Once we run it, we'll see something hitting the downside. We'll see something here. Okay. Okay. Now here is it's nothing. So okay, I'll be little, I'll take this fresh into because I think it is facing installation. Yeah. So now after running, yeah, we can see the one triggered and one action. Okay, and now we'll do one thing. We'll go to run history. Um, that there is no run, you know. So I can if I wanted, I can see the succeeded one. So I'll see it's no run. There is nothing. So what I have to do is I'll be simply going to go to why there is no run because we have not uploaded anything right now. What I have to go? I have to go to storage account. I have to go to my container. Now here what I'll do is I'll go to my container. Now this is where I have to do the most crucial part because this is something crucial part. Why I'm saying this crucial because here if when I'm going to upload something because I've created the workflow. Now after creating the workflow, when I'm running the history, it's showing nothing. Even if I'm just it's showing the running also, it's showing nothing, right? So I'll go with all. It is showing nothing, so it's just fine. You don't have to trigger too much. You don't have to panic. It's fine because I've haven't uploaded anything. Now here I'll go to once again. Okay. So once I'm going to go for an overview again. Um, Here, okay. Now I'll be little scrolling down to little. No, here it is not showing anything. Fine, fine. Never mind. So yeah, this is somewhere we were missing. So yeah, now we can see the run history here. If I'm adding, this is showing nothing. So if I'm adding an add filter of status or something, what is showing me? If it is it succeeded, just show me this. So I'm just going to apply this one. So we'll see कि हमें अभी जो भी मैं upload करूँगी वो मुझे यहाँ दिखना चाहिए as in the result. So I'll just have to only refresh it. So trigger estimate will go. Okay. So trigger estimate will go. You will find then in trigger history you have to just add filters, status, keep everything which is skipped. You have to see what are all things are being skipped. जो आपने जो भी run किए रहेंगे skipped, it's showing nothing. So now I'll go to my run history. ठीक है. Now add a filter. I'll filter तो इसको delete मारो और add filter में जो succeeded होगा need to filter that. So we'll just keep in the trigger history the succeed. तो जो trigger होगा वो हमको दिखेगा. So I'll see what is going to be. So now I'm going to upload it. I'm going to just upload here something so that into the container, so that I should get something to be into. I'll just try to upload. If I'm getting anything into my audios, I'm trying to get this. Now this is very similar one, so I'm just going to record now. So uh, I'm having something in audio, though I can have it. The audio, not in the downloads. I can have it in downloads, so I can have it in my folders. I'm not having anything in this also. I'll go to some other page of new folder so that I can get some. You know. Fine, I'll just take a picture once, and I'll be trying the different one later on. You can just try it at your own end. I'll take this peacock. Okay, this is the way. So I'll just take this peacock. So once it is uploaded, I'll just keep it uploaded. This is done. Now here it is successfully uploaded, right? So how I'll come to it is successfully uploaded. So what I'll do is I'll go to this picture. Okay, I'll go to this picture and copy this, and I'll just paste it here. Okay, so let me see if it's this image is visible, right? So if you want, you all can try this out. I'll just paste this URL into the comment box, okay, so that it is visible to all. So now here it's visible, right? So now I'm just going to see here. Now in this is a logic app. Now here I'll just refresh it. It is showing nothing to me, but here once I've triggered something, it's showing me something, right? It is showing the succeed part of it, right? So now what I'll be saying is after this, right? Now what I have to do is after this, you all have to see to it into your mail that whether we have received or not. Like, so now you will notice that once I've uploaded, I have to go to again. I have refreshed this and I've got this succeeded one. Now I have to go to my Outlook account. So how I'll go to? I have to go to my Outlook account. Outlook account. So I'll be going to my Outlook account. Now there should be an action which I have created, the workflow which I have created. It should be received to me. तो मैंने अभी लाइक मैंने एक अपलोड कर दिया है इमेज, द इमेज इज अपलोडेड और अब मुझे उसका जो या दिस इज द मेल रिसीव. कैन यू सी द टाइमिंग 2:28 p.m. So this is the time right now, okay, and this is the mail message I have received that yes, you have got your. Hello Rashmi, let it a little slow. Image uploaded. So this is showing me that your Azure storage account has got one of the image uploaded. So you have got an image uploaded onto Azure storage account. So this is a message I have received. Right. So this is the workflow which I've created. Right. So anything I'm uploading onto my storage account services, I am actually getting a action of mail service onto my Outlook portal, outlook.com services. So this is where we can understand if, for example, if I'm uploading another image, so we need to understand this again. For example, if I'm uploading an image of spring as well, I've already know, if it is visible, if I'm uploading this tiger also, fine. So let me see whether we'll receive it. So okay, so this is what I have to. Now here I'll go to this portal. Now here we have already seen two succeedings. Okay, now showing three runs. Okay, so I'll just refresh it out. Yeah, it's showing me 4 runs now. Yeah, it's showing me 4 runs now. Okay, it's showing me 4 runs. So I can go down a little and I can see this 4 runs. Okay, now here what I'll do is I have again received, this was at 2:28, now this was at 2:31. I have received the same because I have got another image uploaded, so I've got the same message. You have got an image uploaded onto your Azure storage account. So this is the way you can have your logic app workflow designed. So to automate certain workflow task, or automate task or other workflow which you wanted in parallel to be running, and you have to get notified of it. So this is something you can have through logic app. So you can create the same service. Now here, after this, which I'm understanding of it, uh, if I'm just going to filter it out, like in not in succeed, if I'm just going to filter it out in terms of for example, if I'm going to go for a status, and whatever failed, let me see how many of us got failed. So it's showing me 0 runs. So that's not, and you can see that the last runs it has showed one successful. So I'm just going to see, because this is something that is failed to evening. What I've uploaded, it is showing me two successful. Why? Because I've uploaded two images, so it is showing me two successful, right? So after refresh, okay. So this is how you have to design this workflow. So how I have did it, that is, first I've created an Azure storage account. Then I've created First, I've created an Azure storage account. That is this Logic Storage NFDP. Then I've created, okay. Then I've created a container, but haven't uploaded. I've kept it null. I've kept it empty. After the creation of Logic app, after creating the connections with the storage app, and thereby creating a workflow by adding a trigger and action, what action I needed onto that trigger point. I received a mail. I received a mail. So here, this is something you have to look one. Oh yeah, yeah, I can go for simply I just sign it out because this is not. I don't need anyhow. So this is how you can create a workflow, and yeah. Uh, Now here it's done. The very basic things which I just keep on doing is like, once done, it's just you just need to delete. Now here it is asking for logic app name, so it's just what I'll do is, this is the reason why I have copy pasted, because every time I don't like typing, so I just usually used to move with this. So I'll be deleting the logic app. Okay, so whatever the workflow you've created, it is going to automatically get deleted in this. Okay, so this is how you will be creating your logic app onto a Zero portal. You will be defining the workflow, and yeah, it is. We can see anything which we want it to be. Like, we can go to um, yeah, it's deleted, so we just need to refresh it out. Once it is refreshed, no, this is not going to work here because, of course, I need to go here. Now I have got to. Now we can see in this NFDP, we just need to go to NFDP. This is a resource group onto which we have created storage app, right? So we have created storage app. We have created Azure database and everything, but we have deleted parallelly. So we might get something other than the storage account because we have not deleted. See, this is what we have created, right? We have created logic storage app, we have created Outlook server, and this is all. So if I wanted to delete this, I can simply delete it from here. So I don't have to So if eventually if I'm to delete it, before this I think I should go with uh, this. So here what I'll do is I'll just click this, I'll delete these things. Now I'll be deleting every resources because all these resources are of no use to me right now because I've already done with it. uh, so instead of parting pricing for the storage and pricing for the running status, I should cancel it down. So I'll go to, now what I'll do is I'll do logic app and I'll just select this container also, I'll just delete this container as well. This is the process you have to follow after the creation. You have to do this because this is something very important for you to learn of handling of cloud technology at any professional level. So this is a very basic problems that the students or the professional people they generally face, when because it's very important for them to how to handle. Now we'll go to storage.
பார்த்தோன்னே எப்படி எழுதுனேன்னு தான் கேட்பாங்க.
Now here we'll go to we'll go to here. Now this is something. Here I'll just go to home portal and then I'll go to here. Now here I'll be go to storage account and I'll be deleting this storage account as well. So please mute yourself. So this is how I'll be deleting this as well. It's very easy one. I think this is very the this is very easier part of deleting. So I'll be putting delete and my, so after this we'll just view it up, having a view of two things, resource group and subscription again, to see what sort of and to check my balance I need to check the balance of how much resources or services I've used till date. And it is not going to show me it once, it will be like in like for like if I'm using for 2 weeks, I'll get some status of how much I've used. So it's not going to show me now as if, because I haven't used too much, and if even actually if I've used it, I've just deleted it parallelly, so it is not going to show me too much of things. So it's basically it's no use to watch, but still. Now here I have to see the NFDP, our resource group. This is a resource group which we have created all those things. Now here we can see all this. Now what I have to do, I have to delete this resource group as well. So what I'll do is simply I'll just be deleting this resource group. So here enter resource group name. So I have to just copy from here to here and just delete this resource group also. So this is done. Once your this part is done, so now we'll be checking on subscription as well. That, yeah, this is showing it now. We'll just check it out. We need to understand much more of what the symbols are actually, because it's very important. Now see, after this we'll just refresh it out. Once it is deleted, we won't be able to see this resource group at all, right? So we need to just symbolize, we'll see what is it, what is it. We need to just categorize the symbol, we need to understand the symbol, what it actually means, right? So here, so now here we'll be seeing deleting. Once the deletion is over, we'll be able to uh, check off for subscription also, the checking up balance. Something very basic of understanding the portal of Azure that you have to understand. So today we have learned of all the resources of Azure, that is storage. We've first understood of virtual machines, and we've got to storage account, how to play with storage account, how to create a virtual machines of different flavors of Windows and Linux, and with different ways like with GUI, with CLI, and with the PowerShell. Then we have seen the skill database, onto which we have seen how to work with the query editor and how to create a use how to connect it with the Azure data. So we have seen that as well. Then we've created the workflow using the logic apps, how to create the automation workflow, but having some event which has some desired action. But this is what we can use the logic app for that purpose. This is basically everywhere. So now you can just see the deleted resources group NFDP, but it's just showing it. I'll just refresh it a little. I'll just refresh it. So it's done. The resource group is not be able to view because it's already we have deleted it. You can only see the subscription. So, okay, there's one more important understanding when I was performing the practical, as per your extra knowledge, if you want to gain. That is what you will get it from the another speaker as well, regarding when you will be assigning roles and responsibilities to creating the user and all. If you are, for example, if I'm giving you this, if I'm creating a user, like user ABC, if I'm creating, and I'm as giving you the subscriptions. First, I have to assign you the subscription for assigning any rules to you. But there I cannot delete subscription. If I'll delete the subscription, as if I'm granting you the ownership, that time I have to pay a big loss of that. My subscription will also get unleased or seized. So now here I'll go to subscription once again, and here we'll see again the for billing information. We'll see the billing information. We'll check our balance once again so that our better approach to now. Here we can see this is something I can see. It is not going to show me for I have to use it till, I mean, yes, for more than 10 12 days. So it is going to show me a little bit of costing of that, like you have used of 3 USD, you've got used of 4 USD, and so on. So it's generally I never used to go for 100 USD, but still, because I have see learning a cloud, either if you're learning a Microsoft Azure, either you were learning with AWS, or either you go for any cloud technology, it is very important for you to understand how it works, how the usage works. Actually, we're talking about the usage because it is something which is now we'll be meeting for the project. The next session will be on 25th. For project that will be going to do a project, a small project on how to build a portfolio and deploy into the website. So we'll be seeing that project. So this is all done for today. I hope my session was very clear. My topics were clear. Yes, there were certain doubts. I know that's preferably I can understand that the doubts are a little much more. But the problem when it comes for a doubt, unless and until you will use this portal, you will not understand the pattern of how it works. So it's basically I was at the very start when I was dealing with all these things. It was a little tough for me to understand what is it actually. But once you start using this platform, it is for anyone, the one who is using the data science tools, or the one who is into the totally into data science, building our machine models or creating any chatbot application services, whatever it is. We can actually use a cloud services because it is providing a lot of built-in functionalities, or you can say built-in process, or models which we can use in just directly. We do not have to imply, we really have to imply directly onto our applications. We don't have to rely on building it from taking different platforms. For example, if I'm designing any application, any AI applications, so I don't have to keep on installing and downloading each and every software. I just can simply use this cloud services for developing a excellent chatbot, or AI related any applications which I wanted. So this that I just log out of with this portal because I think this is done. So I'll just log it out, and we'll be meeting for on 25th, uh, for project, regarding the project. And hope so that everyone to be present there and leveraging the best sort of project and understanding how the cloud project works. So we'll be creating a good project on cloud, a very simple one and very free one, using the visual code. But it's very important for us, all of us, to engage ourselves in the project, because it's something which helps you accompanied with a lot of things. So thank you so much for today. I'll just stop presenting. Thank you so much for today's session. We'll hope to meet on 25th for the development of project, and I hope you all to get the subscription of Azure um, soon, so that you can just build the same project with me. The kind of prerequisites that's needed for the project will be mentioned in the group itself, and the PPT will be shared in the group again for this today. For today's PPT will be shared in the group itself. And make sure that you're having a self assessment also, and attendance and feedback link to be filled by everyone before 5 p.m. So for to get the e-certificate. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. We all can leave. Thank you so much.